Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a hard look at a morning routine you probably just take completely for granted. Picture this. You casually pour yourself a bowl of cornflakes, splash in some milk, and you're feeling pretty great about your choices, right? But hold on a second. You think cornflakes are a healthy breakfast? Well, let's check. I get it. You totally assume it's a perfectly healthy start to your day. It's light, it's crunchy, and honestly, it's been marketed to us our entire lives as the ultimate nutritious morning staple. But is it really? The reality of what's in that bowl might actually shock you a bit once we look past all that clever marketing. If you flip that box around and check out the added sugar on the nutrition label, you'll spot the issue right away. Because the crazy thing is, most standard cereals, yes, even your completely plain, classic cornflakes, already contain added sugar. Most cornflakes already contain added sugar even before you add anything to the bowl yourself. So what's really going on here is that it's mostly refined carbs. Basically, these are carbohydrates that have been totally stripped of their natural fiber and protein during the heavy manufacturing process. To your body, these act exactly like simple sugars. They're very low in fiber and protein, which are the actual essential nutrients your body desperately needs for sustained energy. Now, you might be wondering, why do they even put sugar in cornflakes in the first place? Well, according to the Mayo Clinic, manufacturers pump our processed foods full of added sugars for a bunch of kind of sneaky reasons. It's actually not just to make things sweet. It gives processed baked goods their flavor and texture, it helps preserve them so they sit on shelves longer, it balances acidity, and get this, it literally acts as a cheap bulking agent to fill up the box. But for your body, this gives a quick energy spike. Your blood sugar just rockets up. The problem is, because there's virtually no fiber or protein to actually slow down your digestion, you inevitably crash hard. That energy drops fast, and boom, you feel completely hungry again way before lunchtime. Let's put this into perspective with some numbers. Food safety guidelines suggest capping your daily added sugar intake at a maximum of around 50 grams for the average adult. So when you pour a heavy-handed, massive bowl of sugary cereal, because let's be real, nobody actually follows that tiny serving size on the side of the box, you are easily eating up a huge chunk of your entire daily sugar allowance before you've even left the house. And unfortunately, the data proves we're totally overdoing it across the board. The Mayo Clinic points out that the average U.S. adult is getting 13% or even more of their total daily calories purely from added sugars. That completely overshoots the recommended 10% limit. We're essentially just filling our engines with extra calories that provide virtually zero actual nutritional value. Look, it's convenience, but it's just not a balanced breakfast. It completely lacks the complex carbohydrates, the healthy fats, and the proteins required to actually fuel your brain and body for the day. So, nutritionally speaking, your plate is effectively empty. So looking for a better option? Experts from Harvard and the Mayo Clinic suggest a super simple 3-step upgrade. Basically, switch to whole grains, like oats. Add fruits for that natural sweetness, and maybe toss in some nuts for those crucial healthy fats and proteins. It's a much more supportive choice for your body. Now, wait. I know exactly what some of you are thinking right now. Okay, what if I just buy the super plain flakes and drizzle some natural honey on top? Well, sorry to burst the bubble, but according to the Mayo Clinic, there is absolutely no nutritional advantage to honey, brown sugar, or any other fancy sugar over regular, plain white sugar. To your body, a sugar spike is just a sugar spike. It treats them all exactly the same. So how do we actually protect our mornings? You really have to start reading labels. Honestly, it changes everything. Get in the habit of checking the actual ingredient list before you eat. Since ingredients are always listed by weight, if sugar or any of its sneaky aliases falls in those first few ingredients, that box should absolutely just stay on the supermarket shelf. Once you start checking, it seriously changes how you look at your entire pantry. Okay, so you've conquered the cereal aisle, but what about flavored yogurt? Could that healthy little fruit parfait you grab on the go actually just be a dessert in disguise? Well, that's a conversation for another time.